Good afternoon. I'm Tom McPartland. I represent ELMA Philanthropies, which is an amalgamation of a family of foundations and 3 service organizations that serve the needs of those foundations in New York, Cape Town, and Dar es Salaam. For purposes of today, the foundation that works exclusively in Africa is the one I'll talk a little bit about. Max Price mentioned it earlier, and I think, I have so much to say. I'm going to try to stay in the 3 minutes, and I'm literally just going to make a list, so hopefully I can influence other people's statements and questions. Africa isn't a country. It's a continent. And, when you walk down the streets of Manhattan, when you leave here today, look around at those big buildings and you say, wow, I wish I was here in 1920 and I could have had that for $3,000, or I could have built that industry, or I could have done that. That's Africa right now. You were here today. I said it. All right? Andreas said something that is really our mission imperative. Social sector finance is not charity. It may sometimes, if you get lucky, also be philanthropy, but that cannot be what it is. Africa's core resource is its demographic dividend. But we have to be careful, and we have to think about the fact that 25% of all primary age students are out of school. 38% of adolescents are not enrolled in school. 3.5% of the college age population is in a university. By 2050, the population at the most conservative estimates will be 1.5 billion people. Okay, 2/3 of those folks will be under the age of 25. No other continent, no other demographic skew is like that. So Africa's potential is vast. But again, unfortunately, all forms of engagement with Africa have all been 5 white guys from New Jersey. Okay? It's not about understanding those countries, those marketplaces. All businesses, whether it be good philanthropy, whether it could be good for profit business, whether it be social service, it's all about good due diligence. It's knowing your client, knowing your customer, knowing your community, knowing your marketplace. And so the opportunities in Africa for investment from Africans investing in Africa and from the West investing in Africa are very significant. A couple of things. Gustavo didn't mention it probably because I complained so much about his management fee. But ELMA is an investor in the Africa Health Fund. We invested in both the equity side and the technical assistance facility. One of the things I hope you as intermediaries, investors, and entrepreneurs think about, I'm uncomfortable. We have to make certain investments in education and health because that's our mission imperative. And so that's where I focus all of my investment and portfolio attention. I spend a lot of time with governments, with private sector, with technical assistance providers. But one of the things that I would hope groups like this do, and discussions like this spend more time on, let Africans, African markets, and the African communities find those businesses, develop their core priorities, their market imperatives. But what we should be doing is one of the things that's really troubling for small to medium-sized enterprises is they arrive on the scene now without a development continuum that precedes them. So if you want to not get too complex, but in terms of macroeconomic reality, they're here now with nothing before. And so it is impossible to create investment vehicles that are based on traditional investment vehicles. They don't work, they don't fit. And so what we should be thinking about is very highly articulated, hybridized financial engineering models, innovative financing models that take that into account and create different investment vehicles to create those new investment opportunities. So that's what I hope we talk about.